Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today we have a reading for you about somebody that feels like they're dealing with a forbidden love situation. This particular card always makes me feel like there's some element of being under the microscope because this is obviously like a paparazzi kind of vibe with like, oh, don't take a picture of me. And then we've got grip in the reverse, anchors, chains, weighed down, and then Archangel Michael. So this feels to me like we have somebody that is wanting to connect with somebody that maybe is not their normal type or who people expect them to be with. And there's been some sort of blockage or limitation that has been removed. And I feel like in part that's because there is divine protection over this person and potentially over this connection. Because it says divine intervention on this card. It's like somebody has been freed from whatever was blocking them from pursuing this connection that makes them feel like they're at home. So let's go on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Oh, I like missed the wind chimes, you guys. Hi there, Peggy. How are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we've got. I'm gonna go with the Path of Shadows because it feels like we've got somebody that's gone through like the Dark Night of the Soul kind of vibe. What else have we got? Labyrinth. Those of you who know my channel well know that I always giggle when I see this word. I had a high school history teacher that always pronounced it labyrinth. So I always hear that in my head. Thank you, Mr. I think his name is Mr. Glenn. Rest in peace. I'm guessing he's not around anymore. Maybe he is. If he is, that's awesome. Among the confusion of the twisting turns and the endless chase, will I find myself in the heart of this maze? This is somebody that has had to navigate a really cold, dark, dreary place on their own. There might have been moments here or there they felt like they could trust somebody or they felt like they were gaining ground. But I think for the majority of the time, this person has struggled to feel in control, to feel like themselves. It's like that. So this endless chase is making me feel like somebody was so focused on what they were trying to achieve that it became too important. It took over their life. It didn't leave a lot of time for them to connect with nature, connect with family, connect with their dreams, you know? You're funny. Oops, I forgot to turn off my notifications. Sorry, guys. Hello there, Paul. How we doing? It is a weird looking word, isn't it? Whatever. How's it going, Tiana? Hello, Ancestral Guidance and Tarot. How are you doing? And yeah, that ding was Tiana. Thanks for apologizing. Wow. Okay. I don't think I've actually seen this card from the Path of Shadows yet. It's sabotaging relationships. In the tangle of love, my demons emerge, and I wonder if yours will ask them to dance. It's kind of dark, but I like it. I don't know. You want to dance? So this individual who has been freed from a difficult situation where they didn't know who they could trust has a habit of sabotaging connections because they don't really feel like they can trust anyone forever. So this might be something where they're like, you know, we can be friends, but it'll be like short-lived. We can't like guarantee it's going to be a long time, right? I'm glad to hear that. I hope that continues for you. And thank you. So I think we need a little bit more from the Poe. I try not to always make it about how much I love Edgar Allan Poe, but it feels like the right deck. I don't read this deck in the reverse, just a little heads up for that. All right, what else do we have? This came out yesterday. Ace of Quills, which is the Ace of Swords. Wait, no. Was it? It did not come out yesterday. Yesterday I had the Ace and the Three of Pentacles, which is pause in this deck. And then the Ace and the Three of, or I think it was the Three and the Ace of the Wells, which is Cups. So this is, my bad. We did not have this yesterday. This is the Ace of Swords, which talks about like truth, right? Communication. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. I feel like this applies to someone's perspective around connecting with others, right? Came right after this sabotaging relationships card. I feel like this is like almost like living your life as if it's opposite day. I really want to be close to that person, so I'm going to run so far away. Real far away. You know, like it's coming out with a star, and the star is about healing energy. So it kind of looks to me like we have somebody that has for a long time avoided healing, solitude, the mirror, the past. When the light was extinguished, she covered me warm, and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the Queen of Angels to shield me from harm. Whoever you are, the one who has been sabotaging relationships, perhaps kind of like avoiding letting anybody in, there's somebody who has prayed for you multiple times. And whether or not you have done the same for yourself, I believe this prayer or this positive energy that has been sent your way, this desire to protect you, has actually manifested. So there's something that it honestly just kind of feels like a genuine act of, I just want you to be happy kind of vibe, right? And this helps somebody get to the point where they can let loose the chains that have held them back from living a more authentic life, being more honest with themselves about what they want, doing what they want instead of running away from what they want, right? The star is number 17, in case that's important. Did I say the Hermit? I was picturing the Hermit. If I didn't, it's my bad. But I was picturing this, and now we have the Hermit. This is about inner wisdom, right? Not one of all the crowd to pry into thine hour of secrecy. Be silent in that solitude. Can we just talk for a moment about how adorable it is? Well, this guy's like got a whole outfit on. I mean, it would have been probably a little bit better if he was like actually carrying the lantern. It's cute. He's perched on it. I get it. It's a bird-like thing, right? I'm trying not to make a joke about bird law. This person has discovered a truth that's very important to their happiness, and they're not telling many people about this, if anyone. They may not be talking to anyone right now. Be silent in that solitude. I feel for many of you, this person who resonates with the hermit and who has been, in a sense, freed, this person has too many people around them that would give them poor counsel, bad advice. Too many people who think about what they want instead of what would be helpful for others, right? Hermit, exactly. That's funny. Hello there, JG. How you doing? 10 of quills, which is the 10 of swords, and the devil. I don't know if I've seen this card yet. Maybe. It does make sense, though, that the devil would hide from me. Weep now or nevermore. So these 10 quills are coming out of Edgar Allan Poe's back as if they are wings. And then we have, what is that? It could be an eagle. I think it's an eagle flying above. Like you're looking into the sun. You can't quite see it super defined. If there is to be a change in this person's life, it is now. It's like, this is a weird analogy. Whenever you hang out with somebody that has the tendency to just tell you story after story after story, and it's kind of hard for you to find a moment for you to interject or for you to comment, if that person were to take a giant sip from a beer or a Dr. Pepper or a water, I feel like you would know, that's my moment. If I have something to say, I'm going to have to say it right now because they are otherwise preoccupied. It's like this person knows there's a breath, right? There's an opportunity. Weep now or nevermore. So whatever this release or sense of freedom is, it's divine intervention for this hermit to do something. From every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. This person is seeking to take a different path, listen to the other little person on their shoulder, right? Angel, devil. Because I don't read these in the reverse. I wouldn't be able to read this in the reverse, but this person's asking, who am I really? Am I holding myself back? Am I the villain? Look, sometimes we get in our own way. Sometimes we cause ourselves issues. Sometimes we make it difficult to be where we want to be because it's hard to envision so much change. I knew the year that I moved to Tennessee that, like, I decided I was moving in May. I did not move until the first couple of days of November. I think it was the 2nd. And when I tell you that I'm a very organized person, it's kind of embarrassing then to also tell you I didn't start packing until 2 weeks before I left. 2 weeks. Because I wasn't really sure. I was still freaking out, you know? There was a lot to arrange. There was a lot to determine. There was a lot to like let go of. I lived there pretty much my whole life, almost my whole life. Oddly enough, I did actually live for summer down here in Tennessee, in a cute little town. But it's about acknowledging how difficult it can be to actually take that leap off of that cliff, right? When you have that moment. We've all seen those reels where somebody jumps off a cliff. Maybe they're like hanging onto one of those like ropes over a river, and then they F it up and they become the butt of a joke. You know, like you want to make sure you put your foot in the right place. You want to make sure that you jump when you're supposed to, whatever it is, right? I think we have somebody that is realizing there's a lot of pressure in this moment. The wheel in the reverse, 9 of C or 9 of Cups in the reverse, and the Sea Queen. So we have somebody healing from a sense of walking away from what they want, refusing the things that they actually desire. This could pertain for some of you to a sense of self-worth, or can I actually put in like the required work for that kind of a blessing, right? Yeah, I could see that, Peggy. But we have the Queen of Cups here. There's a statue in the fountain of a half cat, half mermaid, which is pretty epic. I like that a lot. I have Bast next to my mermaid. So does that work? This mermaid is an aquarium decoration that I spray painted gold. If you're curious how I spend my free time. So, look, a big part of this is, can you forgive yourself? You have to forgive yourself, I think, in a situation like this, if you want to be able to move forward. You got to let go of the mistakes. You got to let go of the patterns that caused you issues in the past, right? Cat magic in the reverse, which is the magician in the reverse. 7 of sky, 6 of sky. Okay, this is kind of a weird way to say it, but I'm going to say it. So I'm using the cat deck, right? The mystical cat. And what I'm seeing is a cat enjoying playing with a toy. Let's say it's like a catnip toy, but they enjoy it too much and they tear it and they, maybe they like bat it too far away. It goes off the edge and into like a neighbor's yard or whatever it is. Sometimes we get a little bit too I'll play with you when I want. And I think we could probably use the word like manipulation. If I want to connect only so much with you, I have to cut things off at a certain point. I have to like shove you violently away. 7 of sky is making me feel like it's that like hot and cold energy, right? In order to avoid losing control of myself, I have to overly control the connection that I have with you. I have to make sure that I push you away, or I have to make sure that I don't let you really know who I am. But with the Six of Sky or the Six of Swords, there's a desire to change this behavior. I realize now that I've left a mess behind me, that I have, sabotaged some things because I wasn't willing to really be myself around somebody or really let somebody in. What would happen if I didn't control it like that? What would happen if I wasn't playing games? So we have somebody taking a different path. It started with a sense of curiosity. Could I do it that way? Could I remove the games, the hot and cold energy, and maybe a little bit of a plan? And the Ten of Swords in the reverse is a recovery. We have, if this were in the upright, we have a cat that's looking a little bit mangled, a little defensive, right? Backed into a corner. This is somebody who realizes they don't have to approach it that way. They don't have to sabotage it. Six of Sea, which is the Six of Cups. And the Sky King, the King of Swords. You have melted someone's heart, whoever you are, or someone has melted your heart. You may be a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Or maybe you're a really great swimmer. You might have a swimming pool. This person is thinking about water with regards to you for some reason. Maybe you like to surf. You like to go fishing. This person is thinking about the good times they had with you. It's like in a lot of like, let's go water vibe, right? In a sea of bad memories or in a sea of experiencing disappointment or people that will betray you. This is deep. Good one, Paul. This person found a connection that made them feel safe. This Sky King card is kind of perfect, right? We don't always have like snow associated with the air energy, but this is perfect because we have somebody that I think is very intelligent, somebody that's very observant, somebody that has worked hard on their boundaries, maybe a little too much. That's cute. This person has a desire for things they didn't really want before. This is somebody who may have done something to create distance between a person they really care deeply for or even love and themselves, and they're realizing that was a little bit toxic, a missed opportunity, a false start. The Six of Fire makes me feel like this person has been reworking something, addressing some of these preconceptions that may have led them to have those sabotaging behaviors. Hello there, Bo. How are you? Hello, Carrie. Hello, Atala. How are you? I love these lights. I'm actually a little worried they're gonna like die because every time I lose power because of a storm, it's like a little bit more concerning turning them back on. They're like, But don't worry. We'll always have some fun lights. This person is thinking about what happens if they go for what they want. I don't know. Look at the like gaze on that cat's face in the foreground. Just kind of like, I see it. I see what I want. All right. Let's get a few cards from the Energy Oracle. I'm doing well. Thank you, Atala. We've got the Sun card. Now that one I'm pretty sure did come out yesterday. Damn. I like this. And number 35, the first chakra, Archangel Michael. Can we talk about how wild this is? Divinely protected. There's something you are meant to have in your life that makes you happy, makes you feel understood, or makes you feel safe. Even holding the sword like the same effing way, I can't handle it. His other arm's in a different spot, though. I'll give you that. But the first chakra is connected to knowing yourself. This individual is realizing their environment may be part of who they are. The people around them may be part of who they are or influence who they are. But at the end of the day, they dictate who they are. They make their own choices. So this could be somebody who exerted control over certain areas in their life because they felt like they lacked it in other areas. You might have had controlling parents, controlling family members, controlling spouses. Number 18, anxiety. And number 10, storm warning. Oh, Lord. Remember, you're protected. You got to do things like wear your own seatbelt, right? Do what you can to be smart and protect yourself. Don't text while you're driving. The biggest problem for me is like driving around the most beautiful parts of Tennessee and not like taking video while I'm driving. Like, I know I have to drive, but like, look it, it's so pretty. I just need it. Do you feel nervous? Do you feel like you can't sit still? Do you feel like you don't know why? You might be picking up on someone else's energy. There's something happening. I was just talking about storms, storm warning. I know who I am. I know what I want. Therefore, I know what I must do. And this is not an easy thing for this person. All right, let's get some more from the Morgan Greer. Two of Cups, High Priestess in the reverse. Why the High Priestess in reverse? Yeah, there's a family member advising this King of Swords. Remember not to get too hung up on gender. This could be anyone. I've come out as the King of Swords before. But this King of Swords is dealing with their own identity because they have had to, in some way, acknowledge that there's a need to distance themselves from people that have tried to influence who they are or make them feel like they have to act in a certain way that is contrary to who they truly are. Trying to make sure this isn't telling you too much, but I'm gonna go for it. I've had some bad habits, and when I was younger, I remember getting yelled at by my parents because I stole a Snickers bar from the grocery store that my mom wouldn't buy for me. I really wanted some food, okay? I was hungry. Why wait? We had a nice little chat that day about how stealing is wrong. And no, I haven't forgotten about it. I have had friendships with people that learned that lesson at a different time from me. Maybe even questioned why I didn't want to participate in the thievery. You learn a certain lesson, sometimes you feel like it would be disingenuous or disrespectful to yourself to go back on that, right? I think we have an individual that has done enough reflection with this hermit energy to realize they are pulled between two different worlds, one that makes them feel bad about themselves and one that makes them feel good about themselves. That might be oversimplifying it, but when you have family that is misleading you, misguiding you, or not being supportive of you in something that makes you happy or that you feel called to do, it can create a little bit of an identity crisis. So we have somebody that feels they love somebody that their family would reject. So do I stay in the energy of regret and let somebody walk away or push someone away? Or do I choose to live an authentic life and fight for what I want? Five of Cups, Lovers, Ace of Swords. It's interesting that I chose this deck because the Ace of Swords doesn't always have a white rose and a red rose on it. Those of you that know, I have a little bit of an obsession with like Elizabethan history out of the UK. Now, this would predate Elizabethan history just a little bit, right? War of the Roses would be like, correct me if I'm wrong, 1400s? Somewhere around there. Pretty sure. I am no historian, but I do believe the red and white rose was the like familial signs, right? So we have a sense of two different kinds of people coming together. For some of you, this is just that this person feels like you are too young, too old for them. Your religion or your socioeconomic background, your religious background, or perhaps even your racial background is just too different. So they know that their family would be like, nah, nah. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome, Robin. I hope you're having a great day. Hello there, Jamie. How are you doing? Yes, Lancaster and York. Thank you. I try not to get too focused or too like detailed because I know that some of the books that I've read about like the War of the Roses was kind of like there's like additional things added on, so I don't want to like misquote anything. But I'm pretty sure that was with the queen who had already been married before, right? Is her name also Elizabeth? I want to say Elizabeth Woodville. Anyways, we'll get back to the reading. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, the Moon in the reverse, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. There is Okay, so let's imagine you built a house and one contractor that you worked with was like, I don't think I'm going to build here. This doesn't look like a good place to build. I know you have your heart set on it because it's got a great view, it's got some tree coverage, whatever, but I'm not comfortable building here because I don't think it's going to like do well. Maybe there's earthquake risks or like mudslide, I don't know. And then you go and you find a different contractor and that contractor's like, no, we're good. We can make this work. And then little by little, you see their cracks, their issues, their problems. Oh, thank you, Robin. Um, that maybe you should have listened to that first contractor, that maybe you should have listened to your gut that, ooh, this might not be the right thing to do, that maybe you were dealing with somebody that had not the best of intentions. Sure, I can build that house for you because it means money for me and I don't care what happens to you. You got insurance, right? You'll be fine. You can replace whatever you lose. Risk. Unprotected, not good, not feeling safe, feeling defensive, realizing that people around you have not the best of intentions. Things were made worse in this situation for this King of Swords to really make it clear to them when you deny what makes you happy, when you deny your true purpose, your calling, your path, whatever is meant for you, when you manifest something and then you push it away, it's not gonna feel good. It's gonna feel like something's off, right? So this person is realizing they feel uncomfortable where they are because they're not supposed to be there, or they feel uncomfortable around these people because those people are not trustworthy, because they're not supposed to be connecting with those people. They're not supposed to be taking advice from those people. Devil in the reverse. If that's not for me, then I'm not going to continue to stay there. If I don't feel like this is for me, Four of Cups can be like discontent and like boredom, right? If I push this away instead of what I actually want, what would happen? I don't know. That kind of came out sideways. Okay. You look at something another time, you take a moment to reassess, you think about the reality of the situation instead of what other people tell you is the situation, and you figure out the truth. Maybe what I thought was the right approach isn't. Maybe what I thought was the right environment isn't. Maybe pushing someone away wasn't the right thing, right? Hello there, Chandler. How are you doing today? Self-forgiveness is so important, Atala. Thank you for pointing that out. Good for you. Dope RA 143. Uh-huh. I was just gonna say I used to have a beeper. I used to have a pager way back when. Change of heart. Seeing things differently. Appreciating that maybe they had it wrong the first time, or maybe somebody told them this was forbidden love. But is it? Does it have to be? It's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. Do they think you're moving on? Not the right time. I'm overwhelmed with responsibilities. I don't have the time or energy for a relationship. So this person made some sort of effort, freaked out because the timing was off, and now they miss you. I miss you. I wish things were different. All right, let's get a few from... This is the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Eight of Cups, the Wheel in the reverse, Seven of Wands. Okay, so now we have somebody that instead of just accepting that things maybe don't work out for them, have, like, there's honesty here, right? Okay, maybe I walk away from things and that's why I feel a sense of loss. What happens if I actually like pursue what I want, right? What happens if I defend my dreams? What happens if I do what would make me happy? Can I just say though, like, why are you stepping on the pumpkin? Hi there, Matt. How are you doing? I don't know what the pumpkin's about or why I'm focused on it. It's a misstep, right? Maybe you do something that's a little bit like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I hadn't said that, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. I feel a sense of like determination. 10 of Wands, the Sun in the reverse. Okay, so it's like feeling like finally there's a chain that has been lifted or broken, anchor that has no longer got the ability to keep you stuck. Somebody feels free to do something. But with the Sun in the reverse, there is a lot of information that has been held back. There's something that needs to be discussed. With the Knight of Wands, a sense of urgency. And then with Judgment, we have some good news. So I think we might have somebody that's a little bit concerned about how a conversation is going to go. Then they just kind of do it anyways, rip the Band-Aid off with the Knight of Wands energy. And with Judgment, there's a decision made, and I feel like this is good news. All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you, everyone, for the awesome chat. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I will see you on the next reading. Have a great day.